Hello everyone. We're here to learn a little bit about this today. Tutorial for the preparation of the African chrysanthemum flowers. This one is made up of 3 parts. The flower bouquet and this leaf are very simple. We can match up with a lot of colors. The more colors the better. Then we'll now come and hook up the petal part first. The material we need to use has a hairline. Here I am using the yellow wool thread as a color. And then this one is the styling strip. We start with the petals in the first place. We use the yellow line as a demo. The petals we get a dozen ch first. Just hit a knot in the first place. The winding hook ch. Okay, we'll take a good ch later. We are starting to join the styling bar. We wear it to the first pin of a needle. We put in the top of the crochet with styling strips. The winding is wound out of the wire from the upper part of the wire. Fix the styling strips with 2 fingers. The forefinger and thumb take this part of the line. And then this hook is all about the South Carolina. We hook up with a needle that is winding down. Every single one of the pinches is a hook South Carolina. We're slightly speeding up the hook for the hook. A part of the hook to the tip of the tip. Well, we're hooked up here and there's still the last needle left. We go through the eye, and we go through this. Fold the styling strips in half. At this point in time, the needle is. We hook up with 3 of the South Carolina. Hook up 3 South Carolina hooks for a good later. We correspond the back hook to the position and the front of the needle. The position we have hooked up to is the same needle. We hook this thread in the wire when we hook. Next to the. Where is it going to go? Get it? What do you think? Now the day of the day. We're corresponding to the entire hook of this South Carolina. After the hook is finished, we are in the position of the first needle on the side. The winding brings out the receiving needle directly out of the. Come in. Good, we finish the hook for the petals. We take this styling a little bit more. Open up a little bit. We need to be ready to hook petals like this. Prepare for the dozens of. We have to prepare the petals all the time to finish. Let's take a bit of a hook for this flower heart. Well, we're using a brown line of crochet runes. I'll give a demo of it first. Go around 2 circles on your fingers first. The winding brings out our hook for a standing ovation. And then hooked up to 6 South Carolina in this ring. The South Carolina hooks up after a good one. We're starting to tighten up the coils. We pull up this coil that is on the plane. Just pull a little bit more of the line head. We are now starting to hook up to the second lap. The second circle is a one that is a needle is added to each of the needles. It's also the hook law of the South Carolina. A needle inside a needle that hooks 2 SEs. The hook is a total of South Carolina. We're on the hook for the second lap. We are on the hook for a third lap. Hook up the hook for a South Carolina. Well, we're already hooked on this one lap. We're going to start subtracting the needle in the next lap. We're using the invisible pin down the needle. Hook up a needle and cut a pin. We first hooked up to the first South Carolina. And then it starts to cut the needle. Stir up this needle of our own in the next needle. The winding brings out this one is the one that cuts the needle. And then the next pin is a South Carolina. Cut a pin by a single pin. After this ring of the hook is finished, we're the one that cuts the needle all the time. We picked up a small ball of the ball. So that's the way it can be. Then line the head and we'll keep it first. Then we'll now hook up the part of this flower to be. The leaves we use in the way we use. The color used is the same as the color of the leaves. We also use the ring-up needle for the use of the. Get around the 2 circles first. The winding brings out the 2ch in the stand. The winding is hooked up to DC in this ring. The same way of a needle. We're hooked up to 14 short DC in this ring. The hook for the hook 14 DC. After the hook is finished, we keep a small section of the line head on. Direct wire break. Don't move in and keep the spare first. We're now coming to the hook for the leaves. The hook method of the leaves and the petals are the same. The leaves of our hooks are a little longer than the petals. We get up with a shot of up to ch. The same hook method as the petals. We speed up a little bit more quickly. And the same. In the last needle the I hook 3 South Carolina. Corresponds to the back of the hook. After the hook is finished, we ended up in the first end of the needle. Cross the winding belt to leave a small section of the line head as affixed. The leaves. We can put a little more on 2 or 3. Next, let's take a look at the assembly. Now let's take a look at the assembly. Let's start with the petals, that just hooked up. There is also the material, to be prepared for the flower tobe. We take out a flower pole, and we do it through this flower heart, the heart of the, and then we'll take this one first. The petals first pack the petals a little bit. Stay on the same level for the same level. We take the following line head as a fix. At this point we need to take this flower heart out. Put it at the bottom of the way. Take this flower for the first time. Surrounded by a circle of and you adjust it to the good of it. And then use the line to fix it up. Let's get this fixed for the first time. Wait, we'll tune into the petal part again. We can properly add the leaves to the left. And when it comes to the leaves, we need to get this out of the styling strips are fixed tightly to the this one we have at the bottom of the scraps. At the bottom we add a little bit of glue. Let this thread head be fixed for a bit. And then the broken line. At this time, we'll add this flower to the flower again. At that point we need to use a crochet. We take the line to the end of the line. Just tighten it up and get it. Keep this coil fixed for a tight end. After fixing it for a good time, we wear the crochet to the position of the ground pin. Use the line that was left with just a few moments ago. Bypassing the crochet directly brings out the After bringing it out, we take the rest of the line down the line. You bring it on, and you bring it up. At this point we cut this thread head short a bit. Take this out of the flower is put down like this. We fix the glue on top of it, and then fix this thread head on the glue. We push harder, and we push it up. And then let him, and the glue fix it. So it's okay to do so. And then we'll turn this petal on again. And according to its distance, we'll just tune in a little more. Good, we're at the bottom of this. We'll take a little bit more of a glue. Let this flower be fixed for a while. This flower of the heart. Let this flower heart be fixed for a while. Well, then we finish the assembly of the flower. It looks good to assemble and we can practice it more. We have slightly more of this leaf. It's okay to open up a little bit. Good, and then our tutorial today is here to the end. Thank you so much for all the watching.